What is up? What is up, YouTube? How are you guys doing today on this beautiful Wednesday? Today on One Piece character review, we are going to be covering Black Maria. Now, Black Maria is one of the Toby Roppo. She is the strongest of the six Shinichi of the Beast Pirates, and she owns her own brothel on Onigashima. Due to her actions and roles, she is considered a supporting antagonist in the Wano arc. Alright, so we're going to start off with Black Maria's appearance. Now, Black Maria is a youthful woman of incredible size. She is big, right? She is 8.6 meters tall, and I think that translates to somewhere, around like 26, 27 feet? I don't know. I'm shit at math. But yeah, very tall woman, 8.2 meters tall. She is slightly larger than Kaido himself, which I think is a pretty impressive feat, seeing how I'm pretty sure Kaido is part giant, of some species of giant. She has long blonde hair that is styled like a geisha that was just styled like a geisha's, with two swords notably being a part of its arrangement. Her eyes are sky blue, and a strand of her hair tends to dangle in front of her left eye. She has a pair of long curved red horns atop her head, and she wears prominent lipstick and carries a long smoking pipe. Now, she wears a low-cut black kimono that leaves her right shoulder bare and exposed, and a turquoise obi around her waist, both with blue and yellow floral patterns. Her footwear are two black zori, which I would assume is some type of Japanese sandal, with red straps and white socks. She has the kanji woman trouble tattooed on her back. In her Zoan form, her spider limbs each bear a personalized Jolly Roger, indicating that she may actually have those tattooed on her human body. All right, now we move on to her personality. Now, Black Maria is a very flirtatious, courtesan-like woman who takes her laid-back approach to her missions and duties as one of the Toby Roppo. When assigned to fight or hunt for a target, Black Maria instead prefers to just lay back, chill, party with Kaido, play music with her subordinates. She really does not like to be involved on the frontline combats, you know? She takes refuge in safe locations away from all the strife while letting her peers deal with the problem. She also has a soft spot for children, taking pity on Momonosuke after he got brutally beat up by Kanjuro. I mean, like 25 to life in prison, brutalized this child, beat the shit out of Momonosuke, we're gonna get to Kanjuro eventually, and I have a special place in my heart for this man because of how much I hate him. Anyways, we're getting off track. All right. That being said, Maria can be just as violent and sadistic as the rest of the Beast Pirates, if not more so. In stark contrast to her usual playfulness during the banquet, Black Maria is a ruthless torturer when actually performing her job as a pirate, not holding back her punches for the sake of the crew's objectives. Even if the victim actually decides to cooperate her, she will still mess them up big time. All right. Black Maria may not honor her word and just keep them trapped under her power, like she does with Sanji after Sanji, so she's beating the shit out of Sanji, saying, call Robin, and when he calls Robin, he's like, okay, I called Robin, set me free, and she was like, gonna pass, chief. So, yeah, Black Maria simply stated that she would mutilate the Straw Hats to the point of helplessness, then kill and discard their corpses after reading Kaido's poneglyphs. Specifically, that specific part was Robin. They want Robin to read the poneglyphs so they can find the One Piece and everything. And her plan was to torture Robin into reading the poneglyph and then killing her. She loves keeping men captive as pets for her to play with, particularly those with rebellious personalities. I'm not sure how Sanji fits. I don't think Sanji has a rebellious personality, seeing as how he did offer to stay with her for the rest of his life because he thought she was very beautiful. Sanji's always fucking up when it comes to women, right? She is extremely possessive of the men she captures and will not tolerate any acts of infidelity, which could be anything from saying, oh, that other woman's beautiful, to sneezing out of turn That's how crazy she can get sometimes. Apparently very vain, Black Maria likes to keep her looks as an attractive courtesan, having modified her own devil fruit abilities in order to display a more conventionally beautiful form. All right, now we move into her relationships. All right, her relationships with her crew. She holds a different disposition than the rest of her crewmates, being far less rude and aggressive than essentially every other member of the Beast Pirates in their totality, right? Like even from the lowest cannon fodder to Kaido, right? She's a lot less rude and aggressive than they are. However, as we discussed in her personality area, she can be very, very cruel. But compared to the other Tobiropo, just on a normal day, she's, like I said, far less rude and aggressive. She likes Ulti, who's another member of the Tobiropo. She likes her fierce temper. However, she is taken aback and shocked every time Ulti is rude or stupidly blunt towards Kaido, right? So like an example of that would be they were all waiting at the party in Wano. Kaido summoned them all. King technically summoned them as pretending to be Kaido. But that's besides the point. So yeah, Kaido's like, hey, I need you to go find my son. And Ulti's like, that's your family, your problem. And everybody was like, bitch, you gonna die. Like wild shit. Like she'd just be popping off towards Kaido. She thinks it's funny that Who's Who is another member of the Tobiropo, truly believes that he is skilled and strong enough to succeed in All-Star, which I truly believe he's nowhere near as strong as Jack, King, and Queen. Nowhere near those people. She holds a flirtatious attitude towards her captain, preferring to stay by his side and drink with him and dote on him and all of that. She's also friendly and courteous towards Orochi. She is generally beloved and respected by her subordinates who refer to her as Big Sis. Now we move into her enemies. All right, Sanji. Black Maria took a liking to Sanji because of his rough attitude, a trait she admits to find charming on men she manages to capture. However, she then turns around and beats the shit out of Sanji. Separate topic. She manages to capture him. In spite of her playful attitude towards him, her primary interest in Sanji was to use him as bait for Nico Robin, not being afraid to repeatedly beat the Straw Hat Cook until he complied with her requests. This is what I was talking about earlier in the video when I said that he was getting his shit kicked in and he just calls for Robin, right? No one thinks he's gonna do it and he just goes, Robin-chan! Help me! Like a pussy. And Robin, being the absolute badass queen she is, pops up and saves the fucking day. But we'll talk a lot more about that when we get to Robin, because that's the Wano fights are very important for each of the Straw Hats because they truly boss up in all of these fights and gain new skills, unlock new abilities. They all get super strong. So we will talk more about the Robin Black Maria fight in more depth when we get to Robin, or when we get to Nico Robin's part in the relationships that she has. But moving back to Sanji, right? Her personal interest in Sanji essentially only extended to him calling for Robin to get Robin to show up. After that, I truly believe she fully intended to just kill him. As in the case with many other beautiful women, Sanji was attracted to Black Maria like an idiot. Refusing to fight back at all, just allowing himself to be absolutely beat up, kind of along the same track as when he fought Khalifa in Water 7. However, Black Maria is a legitimate threat instead of just making him so clean with bubbles, right? But yeah, that's essentially her relationship with Sanji. Moving on to her relationship with Nico Robin. Now, Nico Robin was Black Maria's mission. That was the mission Kaido gave her. Get Nico Robin, torture her, get her to read the poneglyphs so we can find the One Piece, right? So the Beast Pirates can exploit, Black Maria did not really see any other possible value in Nico Robin, viewing the archaeologist solely as a tool and even contemplating mutilation as a potential measure to keep her in line. Once she outlived her usefulness as a poneglyph translator, Robin would be killed and cast aside, as per Maria's own words. Despite knowing that she has been targeted by the emperors, the government, celestial dragons, warlords, other pirates, and knowing that it was a very obvious trap that had been set up for her, Robin was not afraid to show herself to Black Maria, valuing the life of her crewmate more than her own safety, which is kind of expected. I wouldn't say she owes them like a life. Actually, she kind of owes the Straw Hats a life debt, seeing as how they saved her in Ennie's lobby and Water 7 and all of that. But I think it's beyond that at this point. I think she truly would risk her life for any member of the crew, just as is. But back to Black Maria. I keep going off on tangents, man. It's just all over the place. But yeah, she was engaged about the punishment Black Maria had imposed. Enraged. Words, bro. Not engaged, enraged. I'm struggling. I'm truly struggling right now, guys. But yeah, she was enraged about the punishment that Black Maria put on Sanji, proclaiming that her devil child side was about to emerge and make the Toby Roppo woman regret the treatment she had given to Sanji. Black Maria ended up drastically underestimating Robin's capabilities, which eventually led to her loss and downfall in the fight. All right, and now we move into her abilities and powers. Now, as one of the Toby Roppo, Black Maria holds great power and authority over the Beast Pirates, with only Kaido and the All-Stars ranking above her. Also, as the owner of the Pleasure Hall, she oversees all the goings-on and all of that stuff. As one of the 6 strongest Shinichi, with a bounty of 480 million, not billion, 480 million berry bounty, which is the second highest among all of the Toby Roppo, Black Maria is very powerful and considered potentially able to challenge an all-star for their position. She has confidence in her own strength, enough to believe that she could easily kill the 9 Red Scabbers after their loss to Kaido. When the all-star Jack cast doubt on her ability to do so, Black Maria felt that she was being underestimated. Befitting her Oiran image, Black Maria is a skilled musician, being a capable shamisen player and songstress. Now, her tactical skills, Black Maria has shown herself to be a crafty strategist, having collaborated with her subordinates to come up with an ingenious trap to subdue Sanji. Essentially, the trap was a woman was pretending to be they pretended that a woman was being attacked by a creepy guy, and Sanji was like, "No, I can't stand for that," and tries to save her and runs into spider webs. Kind of stupid on Sanji's part. By taking advantage of his obsession with chivalry, Sarahebi, the person who was pretending to be sexually harassed. I didn't want to use it. I didn't want to use the term, but it's hard to explain without using the term. But that was essentially how they lured Sanji in. As part of her plan to lure and seize Robin into the banquet hall, she had several spider webs set up in the corridors leading into the room where she is. However, Robin can bypass all of that because she can sprout body parts from any fucking place. Very overpowered. Now, her devil fruit. Her devil fruit is a very, very strong devil fruit. It's a mythical Zoan. It is the Kumo Kumo no Mi model Rosamigale Grauvogeli. Essentially, that is an ancient spider that is huge, right? A fucking massive human prehistoric carnivorous spider. That I think they don't give you an exact like size of what it is in the anime compared to real life, but most bugs and insects that were prehistoric, in my opinion, from research I've done for school and everything, they tended to be very big. And if it's listed as a carnivorous prehistoric animal, I assume that they were also very effective hunters. So big and deadly and a spider. Already 3 things I don't fucking like. Right? She is able to do full human form, human spider hybrid, and full spider form. As of so far in the anime, I'm not caught up in the manga yet. We have not seen her use her full spider form. We have seen her in full human form and human spider hybrid. Essentially, her human spider hybrid is you've got the spider on the bottom with all of its legs, and then her body's coming out the top, kind of like out of the thorax. Out of the middle of the spider is where her body pops up. She has several spider abilities, including the ability to walk on walls and ceilings with her spider legs, as well as having poison barbs at the end. She is also able to shoot extremely sticky webs from her body that she has been used to trap and bind her opponents. It's how she caught Sanji. It's how she caught a bunch of other men. You kind of just see them hanging in the background in the anime. They're not named or anything. They're just dudes. She claims that anyone trapped in them will never be able to get loose because they're that sticky. Her webs can even be made into an intricate series of traps so that someone steps, they will get captured. Her webs are also incredibly flammable. She possesses 2 forms of hockey. She has observation and armament. I would assume, based on her position, she has at least an advanced form of one of them, but potentially not. She may just be physically strong enough due to her devil fruit and size that she doesn't need advanced armament or observation. Maybe she's just that naturally good, right? I mean, she's the second highest bounty, strongest and the strongest out of the Toby Roppo. So, and it says, you know, that she's able to go toe to toe, but not toe to toe, but challenge an all-star for their position. Her weapons include brass knuckles. She uses those to pummel and beat the living daylights out of people she has trapped in her webs. We see an example of that when she's beating the ever-loving crap out of Sanji, who walked into her trap. She also has a weapon called the Wan Yudo, which is essentially a massive polearm, which is a form of long-range spear axe weapon, kind of, I think. I don't really know how to describe a polearm. I'm not a weapons guy. I'm more of a history guy, which is funny because weapons are a part of it. Anyways, she carries a Wan Yudo, which is a flaming polearm that has the face of a demon on one end. Nico Robin stated while fighting Black Maria that the Wan Yudo has the strength to destroy has the firepower, literally firepower, to burn down the entire island of Onigashima. We find out later that Wan Yudo is actually a pug smile user, pug being the animal dog, who runs on the inside of the wheel to generate the flames that the Wan Yudo uses. Robin noted that Black Maria could potentially burn down the entirety of the castle with Wan Yudo. She also has this ability called Illusion Mist, where she is able to create illusions. When fighting Nico Robin saw Jaguar di Saul, her mom, and Professor Clover. Even though knowing it was a trick, she was able to get through it and beat it. But we are currently unaware as to how she does this at all. Alright guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today during this YouTube video. It means the world to me. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. It helps me, get my name out there. It means the world to me when you guys support me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.